Hi, my name's Charlie, and today I'm here at Waldo's with...
I'm Sean Cox. I play with a project called Strands.
Sean. You focus a lot on a stripped down, back to the basics sound in your music. What is it about honest and simplistic arrangements that appeals to you?
I think that you can really, somebody can really give an authentic representation of themselves when all that production is kind of stripped back. So I've always loved folk music for that reason. Mm-hmm. I think people can just really give an authentic representation with it. Same with acoustic instruments. I think there's a lot more room to hear mistakes, so you really focus more on playing cleanly, and those are some of the reasons I try and write that way.
In 2017, you performed 65 live shows up and down the East Coast, according to your website, and that was only 2017, so definitely been a lot since then. So how do you keep your performances interesting for yourself when you're doing it so often?
That's a good question. I think a lot of times if I fall into a rhythm with certain songs, or they start to feel automatic, I try and change something about them. So whether it's dynamics or tempo, or even just introducing new songs into the set. So if I keep myself from getting too comfortable, I think the audience feeds off that energy, and I can keep it truly live.
Mm-hmm. Going off that, what's your favorite place that you've ever performed?
Wow, there's a lot of great ones. There's been a couple shows I've done with an organization called So Far Sounds. They've been some of my favorites because they're in very unique places. So we played, I guess it would have been in July, I played a yoga studio, like rooftop in DC. And it's places like that were so cool because it's a place you wouldn't expect to have a concert. Mm-hmm. But when you fill it with people, it's amazing. So they've been some of my favorite shows.
What kind of pressure does going solo entail for you that being in a band didn't?
There's a lot more pressure, I think. You can hide behind a lot of things. I was in a 5-piece, so there were a lot of layers over top of what I was doing that I could, if I messed up a chord on guitar, it might have just been lost anyway, so I could get away with a lot. And I think as a solo artist, you really have to magnify your persona and just your entertainment value. So that, for me, I'm a quieter guy, so it was a challenge to work on that.
In your adolescence, you played garage rock and pop punk. So when did you make the switch to the American folk revival sound that you're known for today?
It was one of those things where when I picked up guitar when I was about 13, my dad had influenced me with a lot of classic rock and folk and country. And I think that got instilled in me early on, and then I rebelled against that as a typical high school kid in a band. And I found my way back to it just because all that stuff started to come to the surface again, especially the lyrics of Neil Young and Bill Withers. I started to realize with the experience I had, I could pull that off. So I think it was always there. I just fought against it for a couple of years.
My last question, what are your plans for the future with music?
So right now I'm kind of working towards just doing it all full time. So really focusing on being a performer as my sole source of income. And the reason I want to do that is just if I had the time to devote to it fully, I could invest so much more in every aspect of it, and playing more places and traveling more, and hopefully reaching more people with some positive vibes.
Thank you again for meeting with me for the interview.
Yeah, man.
And have a good show later.
Thanks, brother.
All right.